How would you best advise people to actually address that sense of self-doubt and rejection that comes with the process of actually trying to find a new job after experiencing the loss of a job?
Hmm. I think there are a number of ways to navigate rejection and self doubt. I think the first one would be to include it as an experience to expect, as opposed to
Hmm.
it being something that other people would experience it and I would not experience it at all. Especially like knowing that I know that with all of the employment stories I've heard, they would say something like, "Oh, I applied to 20 jobs, I got interviewed at 4 jobs, and I got 2 jobs." So that means that 18 rejections came in. So I would say one, normalize rejection. Not that you don't have to internalize it. You just need to normalize it that during this process, there will be hurdles. Some of those hurdles would include, "We are sorry to inform you that da 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 da." Like when you normalize it, I think that it's not, it may not make it easier, but it would just not make it like as jarring now, or like, oh, other people are not experiencing it, it's just me, where you're just like isolating it and kind of and just making it like something that is just you experiencing it. Like, no, the whole world has experienced no rejection at some point, right? And then two, I would say create proactive coping strategies for when rejection happens. Proactive coping strategies is like, you know that at some point you check your email and you will get a rejection letter. What will you do to soothe yourself when that happens? What would you do to salve the wound when that happens? What would you do when those thoughts show up? What would you do when like you have those stories about yourself that, oh, I'm probably not good enough? That may sound like I would immediately jump on a call with my friends and instruct them like, when I call you at 5 p.m., it means that I just got a rejection and I need you to like remind me. It may mean writing a letter to yourself ahead of time to remind yourself about like your qualifications and the things that you have done and so on. It may mean, holding yourself, rocking yourself back and forth, taking a deep breath, and just like allowing the feeling to wash over you and pass, because you know that this emotion is temporary. This feeling, this situation is temporary. You just need to feel your feelings and let it go. So it's like, what do you need? What has worked for you in the past? And how can you set up this structure for yourself? So, like, create proactive coping strategies ahead of time. It's not when you're like experiencing the rejection now that you have that you will even start thinking of it, because at that point your body is focused on like feeling that feeling and responding to the rejection that I just got. And I would say, like, again, in creating structure for your day, sometimes it may help to set a time aside for checking for feedback, as opposed to doom scrolling in your email and checking obsessively every 5 minutes. It's like, okay, from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m., I will check my email to see if there's any updates. Or it depends, or it may be like every quarter of your day. In the morning, 10, 11; in the afternoon, 2 to 3; in the evening, because like again, you want to be able to like see and respond quickly. So during that that time bracket, you will know that I may get a yes, I may get a no. If I get a no, this is what I would do. And then I'll feel my feelings, process it, self-soothe, and then move to the next thing in my day. Right. So it's like, normalize that feeling, one, create proactive coping strategies. Proactive coping strategies like self-soothing work, compassion work, community work, and so on, and then create a structure that works for you, that wouldn't allow like rejection to consume your day. So those are things I would recommend. I think like generally, it may now help in the long term to create a healthy and agile relationship with failure. Healthy and agile in the sense that you don't have to like it, but again, when you normalize it and you say like, failure means that two people applied to a job and one person was chosen and I wasn't, it doesn't mean that I am not good enough. It means that two people applied to the job and the other person was chosen. Like, have a very matter of fact interpretation of things without like globalizing it to like who you are. It's like what happened. So may present an opportunity for you to create like a healthier relationship with failure. And that in the long run will help you deal with rejection. Yeah.